back to the channel, guys. Tipton and Tipton RC. If you guys like the hobby, please like and subscribe. Share our passion for longtime enthusiasts and hobbyists and just people who appreciate the sport and the hobby in general. So today I'm featuring not these two guys, but a little bit of a teaser for future videos, just in case you don't recognize it. Team Losi TLR22. And this is the Earthquake AE, which is the bigger brother and essentially the same thing as the Backdraft 8E that I just featured on a previous video. Essentially just changed out the wheels and front bumper, rear bumper, but we'll show you that one in the future. Today, I'm showing you my not too distant past completed build of the Tamiya TT02B Plasma Edge 2. This is my second Plasma Edge, and I like the TT02 kit that is been around a very, very long time, and loved the first one, bashed it, kind of beat it up, and I think I eventually parted it out, or I may have actually sold it. But I can't recall. I had one, it was probably 15 years ago, and it was so fun. And so I bought another one in the kit version and built this one, but I built this one more as a show car. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. But I want to pause and take a minute here and just throw a shout out to Tamiya, because anybody who's been in the sport for any length of time knows that Tamiya was really the pioneering effort for RC, in my opinion. When I grew up and I was first introduced, I had the Tamiya Grasshopper. I had a neighbor that had the Frog, later the Hornet, later the Fox. My brother had the Subaru Brat. My other brother had the Hot Shot. Tamiya got us into the sport, and they've been true to their roots. If you look at their kits, a lot of people are like, well, they haven't upgraded them, they haven't changed, but that's what they want, is they want to keep this as a sort of true to Tamiya, true to the origins, simple design, not really meant in this particular kit. There are some Tamiya that have on-road and some off-road kits that you can race, but really just more for entry-level hobbyists, enthusiasts, and even some collectors. And so I love the four-wheel drive buggy class. You'll see in my future videos that I have a lot of four-wheel drive cars. And so I bought this one, and then I went on and purchased a whole bunch of upgrades, and I'm going to take the top off and show you. But it is essentially the TT02 kit, lots of upgrades available, parts are easy to find, and it's essentially, it's got ABS plastic throughout. You can see it's got the ABS tub, body, and just about everything throughout. And I'm going to show you what I've done in terms of upgrades. And so let's take this top off. I love it how it still has the, I mean, you can shorten this up. I don't even know if I've got this screwed in all the way. I may have just sort of plopped that in there. So what I did was I mated this to my M11 Airtronics, and so that's a nice receiver. I've got most of my cars to my M11, so I can control 20, 30 models. I've got a full brushless system in here, and I used one of my Thunder Tiger off-road brushless buggy, so it's got a 3300 kV mated to an associated brushless system that came out of my SC10, and then I bought an upgraded digital servo. Now I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to bring you in close because you can see that I upgraded a lot of the parts to sort of match this blue theme that I've got going on. Okay, so a little bit of a top view here. I do want to tell you, if you guys have not built any RC kits, today's world with this ready to run or even roller kits, I don't think has done a lot of the enthusiasts or hobbyists any justice. I think it's really important that you at least at one point in your life build a kit. Help you understand how the cars work, help you when you're working on them. And I think it's just good fun. And so this is probably the 9th or 10th kit that I've built, not necessarily Tamiya. You can see I built the TLR22 that is completely dusty and has 0 miles on it and is in perfect condition, but to be featured at a later date. These things are absolutely wicked. And just a side note, you know, I love the Losi and Associated back in the day were very much like Ford and Chevy. And so I had both cars and raced both cars, but people were always perplexed, like, you know, are you a Losi guy or are you an Associated guy? Anyways, this is a cool kit. Much more complicated than this one, but just as much fun. Oh, the shocks are good. So here you go. So what I've done is I purchased a kit that essentially replaced the front shock tower. I'm gonna get some new shocks at some point. I think they're out of stock, but aluminum shock tower, aluminum hubs. I don't know if you can see those hubs or not. I've got the blue aluminum A-arms, which I just think it makes make it look really cool. I've got the aluminum Tamiya shaft and the propellers intake on both ends. That comes as a kit. You can see I've got the blue servo. And then in the back, I did the same thing. Blue rear shock tower and arms in the back. I plan on doing some of these other, actually I have the hub carriers as well on the back. And I plan on trying to find as many aluminum parts as I can. I know they make a battery tray cover. And so at some point, I'm gonna probably just sort of spec this out thing, you know, or excuse me, spec this out as like a completely aluminum type build. Now I have ran it. It's fairly quick for a sort of a entry-level brushless system. It's a 2S, not a 3S. And I did order some new wheels. They're supposed to come this week. These knobby tires are just not very good on pavement. Off-road, decent, but you will blow through these pretty fast. So as soon as I get the new wheels on here, I am going to take this out and show you what it looks like, at least on some pavement. I don't want to get it too dirty, even though I can clean it fairly well. So that is my video today. Little teaser on my Earthquake AE coming in and my TLR 22. Just a few more cars that I have in the lineup. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, Shane, TNT RC, take care.